Fallon's in College Town on Monday night. It is a packed house of great Seminole fans. Our family here with us once again for another edition of Inside Seminole Football with the head coach Mike Norvell. We got our great gals from the Florida State cheer squad that are here, the Golden Girls. We're having some fun tonight here this evening talking all things Florida State football, and we have a great show for you here this evening. Coming up a little bit later on, wide receiver Malik Benson will stop by the program coming off a career day this past weekend. And we'll hear from quarterbacks coach Tony Tokars. Without further ado, let's bring on the head man himself, Mike Norvell. Ladies and gentlemen, here with us, as always, on a Monday night. Coach, always great seeing you. Great to have you here. How are you doing? How was the Sunday practice yesterday?
Kind of pissed off, actually.
Okay, there we go.
I mean, just to
there
be
we go.
real. Obviously disappointed, coming off of Saturday, not the result anybody wanted or expected, going in to that game, and obviously a lot of things that we got to continue to clean up. There were some areas of improvement. We saw some guys that took some positive strides, but for the things that we know are necessary to put ourselves in the best position to win games, we're just not doing that at a high enough level. Obviously, our players, coaches, everybody involved, we all take so much ownership in this, in the opportunity that we have, and obviously what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And it's not from a lack of work, but we have to be better. We have to be better at execution. We got to be better and put our guys in the best position. And obviously it's going to come down to what shows up on that field on Saturday. And I still have so much confidence in what this team can do and what it can be. And ultimately it's because of the young men. And even when you find challenging times, challenging moments, I see it in their eyes. I feel it, just in their spirits of how bad they want to just go take that step. And ultimately, sometimes you just have to go out there and cut it loose and go out and just truly stay focused on those details. And I believe our guys will get that done. And excited for the week ahead in our preparation.
Day off today from a practice standpoint. You had the Sunday practice last night. How did it go? Where were some of the things you started with coming off of Saturday?
You always reflect. You come in on Sunday, and it's a time of reflection, time of correction, time of encouragement, but also challenge. And there's been challenges that have been issued of what we need to see. The things that we're practicing throughout the course of the week that have to show up on game day, because that's what's probably one of the toughest things for me is things are showing up in the game that are not showing up throughout our week of work, and things that we've done throughout fall camp, and that's where for being able to find where is the disconnect, why is that happening, and ultimately it's my job, it's our coach's job, it's the player's responsibility to get that fixed and be better in those areas. And but I do, like I said, I believe in these guys, and they came out with a purpose in our meetings to the practice, and I can tell you that even as we've been in working on our game plan, there's a lot of players coming in, they're getting together, they're doing things that even on an off day, that they're deciding because they want more. They obviously are pushing to be better, and so I'm looking forward to getting on that practice field tomorrow and going and taking a step.
That's the thing. The work is there, as you're talking about. The execution during the week is there. The urgency, right? It has been there as you lay out. Your guys continue to want to know what needs to be done to get it done. Yeah,
but it's still the little things that need to be there as we transition from practice to the game. And ultimately you always got to be able to react in the game. Circumstances, situations. Sometimes adversity shows up. Obviously you look at the game. We lost Darius Washington there in pregame warm-ups, and that was something that was unexpected, but it was an open door of opportunity. For Jalen Early to go in there. We had to move around. Rob, who was planning on being the right tackle, goes to left tackle, which obviously he's got experience, and so but all different moving pieces happen, and then circumstances show up throughout the course of a game that you've got to be able to be in control of and you got to be able to trust and rely on the techniques, fundamentals. Coaches, we got to adapt and adjust throughout it, and it is one of those things that you look back at and you have to learn from it. You got to get better, and then you go take the best steps possible in all of us. Being accountable to the responsibility that we have for this program and for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, time now for our truest hero of the game. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable, so start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. And Joshua Farmer is our guy, the young man from Gadsden County who early really set a tone with this play. You see the highlights on the TV side, the streaming side. Big number 5 came out, had a career high, 2.5 TFLs, and the response by your defensive line and defense as a whole, Coach, when backed up on Saturday after some tough circumstances, had to be extremely encouraging with what you were challenging that group to do from the first 2 games.
Yeah, and that's one of the, and and obviously Josh, I think it's well earned obviously recognition there, because I thought he had his best game. He had kind of a challenging offseason. He was out for spring ball. Had some some things that kind of hindered him a little bit during fall camp, and probably hasn't played to the best of his ability in those first couple games. So you've seen him get better and better, and then this last game so very impactful. I thought him, Daryl, Daniel Lyons still is continuing to come along. Some of those guys on that defensive front, especially in the interior. We saw some flash plays, there on the edge as well. But I thought the defensive line did take a step. I thought Justin Cryer really kind of emerged, made some great plays. Obviously had the big interception, which was an outstanding play there at the linebacker spot, as we're continuing to grow and see those guys emerge. Cam Riley went out with an injury there during the game, so with open doors of opportunity, guys are pushing and stepping up, and we got to continue to see that growth on the defensive side, and then obviously the same thing there on the offensive side, where we got to continue to push and start to see the ascension of what we can be.
Knowles had a season-high 9 TFLs, 3 sacks against the Tigers in that game on Saturday. I mentioned the career-high 2.5 TFLs, also a sack for Josh Farmer in that contest, as well as that group bowed up and made some things happen across the board. And on the defensive side, you rotated a lot of guys in with the injuries, and KJ Kirkland, I thought, really responded well, Coach. His first career start at that safety spot, he led you with 9 tackles on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, KJ, I was one of those things, you go into the game and you knew he was getting his first start, and you tell him just, hey, go enjoy it, go embrace the opportunity that you have. And I thought he was a guy that really flashed, showed some real growth. To be able to have 9 tackles, still some plays that were out there where he knows he can be better, and that's where you come back from. On Sunday, obviously, now that he has those that experience to build upon, and really excited about what role he can continue to develop throughout the course of this year. But it was there were some of those individual efforts that I thought were really a great step to where we need to go, and now we just need to continue to collectively do that as a football team.
Just getting started Monday night. Hey, we got a great crowd again, man. We can't say thank you enough to everybody coming out. It's a packed house at Bowden's here in College Town for Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. As our program brought to you in part by our friends at ABC 27. Get free local news and weather 24/7. Just search WTXL on your favorite streaming device and to watch local news and weather on your time. And you can watch Inside Seminole Football on a re-air Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on ABC 27 here in Tallahassee. Just getting started live from Bowden's in College Town. Stay with us. We'll continue to talk all things Florida State football when we come back after this timeout.
Your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Around here, there's an undeniable spirit. It's like it's always been there. You just feel it. It energizes, it connects, It grows at every intersection in its path. And when met with our passion to win, well, it can be downright powerful. At Scott & Wallace, it's this spirit that fuels us. Scott & Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
Hey, time now for What's on Tap, brought to you by the official craft beer of Florida State Athletics, Oyster City Brewing Company. Check out the tap room on Gain Street, and of course, pick up Legacy Lager for your tailgate and every Florida State celebration. Well, it was announced earlier today, our game at SMU next weekend in Dallas will be our first road ACC tilt, official road tilt of the season. That's an 8 p.m. Eastern kick from Gerald Ford Stadium in University Park, Dallas, Texas. And so the Noles will be there on Saturday night in North Texas. That's where you grew up at, big guy. That's your old stomping grounds.
It is,
man.
It is.
Yeah,
So, there's been already big family requests for tickets.
I bet so.
There'll be plenty of garnet and gold there in the stadium. But definitely excited about all our focus being on this week ahead, and being back in Doak Campbell Stadium. So let's go get that one.
No doubt about it, absolutely. So at SMU next week, an 8 p.m. Eastern kick in Dallas. How about Florida State volleyball? 2 wins at Tully this weekend over FAU and UCF. They got a big one tomorrow night down in Gainesville against that team that wears those goofy colors. That's a 7 p.m. first serve. You can watch it on ESPN. And FSU women's soccer, number 2 in America right now. They host Syracuse Thursday at 7 p.m. Syracuse on Thursday, and SMU 2 p.m. on Sunday. They are there after we take on Cal here at home. All right, we talked a lot about your defense and the response backed up. Kind of take me through the challenge from Game 2 to Game 3, how you felt your defensive side answered the call, Coach, and obviously they made some plays. They're continuing to do some things that they need to improve upon with execution as well. But your overall thoughts on your defense and some of the things you saw.
We talked a lot about, just wanting to be able to tighten up our fits. I have 11 guys working to play as one, really reducing the space in the run game. And for the most part, I thought we did a great job of that. They had one run, there late in the game. But, other than that, I thought those guys did a really nice job. So much better in our communication. Seeing guys, playing aggressive, trying to eliminate the space that was out there, that's one of those things those guys took heed to, and they understood the importance of that. You saw just a real effort of it there in the week of practice, and I was glad to see that part of it, translate over to the field.
Talk about Justin Cryer a little bit. His first career interception. It's our first takeaway of the year. I know you're looking to see more of that here in this next game versus Cal on Saturday, but there's a young guy that came in early on. You identified him as somebody that is really going to help this team on the defensive side of the football. And, man, he stepped up with some injuries to that position group as well on Saturday.
Yeah, and his role has continued to expand in these first couple of weeks of the season. And, last year he played, as a true freshman. Was able to make an impact on special teams. But now you see his role defensively grow and emerge. And, you're seeing him playing faster and with more confidence. And, it definitely was his best game, there on Saturday. And you're looking to see him build upon that. But, it was a big-time play. Obviously covering the back out of the backfield, or I think it was a tight end, and when the ball was there, he had an opportunity to be able to get his hands on it. He wasn't giving it back, and so that was a big play. Was in the midst of a long drive, and we need somebody to step up, and Juice took care of that, and obviously it's one of the things that we want to see more of. We need more of those explosive plays. Need to be able to create more opportunities and continue to get those takeaways.
Blake Nicholson, another guy, sophomore out of Ripon, California, coming off a career high 7 tackles versus Boston College, back out there, and he's got a nose for the football, coach. He's in the middle of it. It feels like on every play when he has the opportunity.
Yeah, those are two really good young linebackers that we're excited about what their future is going to be, and with every rep that they get, I think you see just their confidence, that just the quick the reactions of what they are seeing and how they're able to put themselves in position. But you need both those guys just to continue to grow because I think they got bright futures in front of them.
Knowles held Memphis to just 65 rushing yards in the game on Saturday, the third best rush defense performance by the Seminoles under Florida State head man Mike Norvell. Take me through how you felt your front disrupted, and you talk about connectivity across the board, front to back with your defensive group. How was that improved in the first few weeks overall?
Well, it's something that it was. There's some challenges that showed up, and the type of offenses we played the first 2 weeks, with running quarterbacks and a lot of the design runs. I mean, it stresses you in every way, and for the communication, for the obviously the detail, the importance of every inch across the board, and when you come into your run fits, we had to tighten that up, and so that was a big point of emphasis. And like I said, it definitely showed up much better there on Saturday, and we got a great challenge ahead on this this week with one of the best running backs in the ACC and college football, but coming into Tallahassee, so we're going to have to do a great job of that, and continue to see guys build off some of those positive things we were able to do this past weekend.
Continuing to roll along live from Bowditch in College Town, Inside Seminole Football with the head coach Mike Norvell. When we come back, we'll continue to break down that matchup from this past weekend. We'll also look ahead to the opportunity coming up this Saturday versus Cal, as Inside Seminole Football brought to you in part by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud partner of Florida State Athletics. And introducing the official vodka of Florida State Athletics, SV Vodka, crafted for a smooth taste. SV Vodka is 100% vegan, perfect for those who value purity in every sip. Experience the unique blend of tradition and innovation with SV Vodka, the official vodka of Florida State Athletics. Stay with us. More to come. We'll talk about Florida State on the offensive side of the football, get coach's thoughts there. And Ryan Fitzgerald continues to make big things happen with that golden right boot. That and more on the way when we return. Don't go anywhere.
Strength, determination, passion. When you need a fighter, when you need someone to have your back, when it's all on the line, we'll be right there. Scott and Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Dining room, picnic, tailgate, or conference room. Whichever table you gather around, we'll be sure there's plenty to go around. Bring them together with barbecue. Grab Sonny's to go, or let us cater your next shindig. Available for pickup, delivery, or set up and serve. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
And we are back Monday night live from Bowdens in College Town. Man, we appreciate everybody that's here tonight, our great friends and family of Florida State Athletics and Florida State Football. Hey, are you tired of sleeping hot? Make your existing mattress cooler with the ChiliPad. ChiliPads circulate chilled water as low as 55 degrees to keep you cool all night. Visit sleep.me/Seminoles, SLEEP.me/Seminoles, and see why ChiliPad is the official bed cooling partner of Florida State Athletics. And if you're in town for a game this fall, stay at 4 Points by Sheraton Tallahassee downtown, where parking is always complimentary, plus free shuttle service to the airport and Doak Campbell Stadium. Make your hotel reservations at 4 Points by Sheraton Tallahassee downtown today. I know for the coach, the ChiliPad is one of his favorite supporters of Florida State Athletics.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are. That's right. Absolutely. Coach, the on the offensive side of the ball, you got it cooking in the third quarter early on. We should just talk about ChiliPad, I think. You want to talk about ChiliPad and the temperatures?
We don't need any more ChiliPad when it comes to our offense. We actually need to heat it up a little bit.
That's right.
We're grateful for ChiliPad, but we're not going to reference our offense and the ChiliPad.
That's a good one. I like that. That's a great segue. The guy's a pro right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to heat it up on the off, and you started to heat it up in that third quarter early on. You let it rip. Malik Benson is in the house right now, ladies and gentlemen. He got it going. Hooking up with DJ Uiagalelei on that 67-yard reception, which was a big-time play, and that was a play in the game. I know you were really looking to take the top off that early in that second half.
Yeah, and we needed that. We needed a spark. Obviously had an opportunity to be able to push the ball down the field. You had great protection. Malik ran a great route, and then DJ put the ball in a great position for him to go make a play. And we saw some real positives there in that second half with the offense, being able to move the ball, have the explosive play, get the ball in the end zone. Obviously, the next drive coming out, we're able to move the ball down the field. Just unfortunately got the ball inside the 5-yard line. We're not able to get the ball in the end zone. Had a couple of mistakes that showed up at just untimely, in an untimely, position, and that's what we have to clean up, because when you get down in the red zone, man, we got to get 6 points every time that we're down there. It's something that we are you're spending a lot of time investing, understanding the situation, spacing, all the different things, and it's just unfortunate that we weren't able to finish that drive. But I did see some real positives that showed up there in the second half, and things that we're going to have to be able to build upon, just the consistency element of it, being able to go finish a game.
Coach, evaluate DJ's play, and I know, with this entire team right now, it's not just one guy or one position group. As a team, you're looking to continue to get better each and every day out, right? And so when people are talking about, let's change this or change that, it's not as simple as that overall. Take me through it from your vantage point.
And I'll say this: we all have to be better. I mean, that's a part of it. And there's 11 guys out there on the field, and it takes all 11 to be able to go out and to be able to execute the way that we need to. I think when you sit there and you look at each position, you look at the things that we need to do. One in helping DJ. I thought he put the ball in some good places and good times. I know the reads. I know the things that need to be done. I know where he needs to locate the football, are there areas where he needs to get better? Absolutely. And, those are things that every person on the offense, there's a lot of different elements that go to it. We got to make sure we get the run game established to be able to take some of the pressure off of some of our pass protections. We got to make sure we're protecting. We got to make sure we're finishing, plays when the ball gets out there on the perimeter. And, I think we had some missed opportunities where he made great decisions. He put the ball where it needed to be, but we weren't able to capitalize on that. So, there's great opportunities for us all to grow and get better. And, everybody, a part of the offense is pushing for that. And, we got to, but it has to translate and has to get done. And so, we're all, coaches, players, everybody involved. But DJ, he works as hard as anybody we have in the building in his preparation and understanding, the things that we're asking him to do. And, ultimately, he's got to be able to continue to elevate this offense as a whole, just being the quarterback and being, you playing that position. But we got to make sure that we're helping him in all those different opportunities. And, I know that's something we're excited, to build upon here this week.
Yeah, with the injury to Darius, in pregame, you're down 2 starting tackles, and so Jalen Early's got to step up. Robert Scott steps up, right, and does that. They brought a lot of pressure your way, and you really did a good job of moving DJ around the pocket, in and out of the pocket. It seemed like that was something he did very well, threw on the run very accurately when you asked him to.
Well, obviously it was part of it. You're getting condensed down, trying to take away one element. So the ball gets to the perimeter, gets to space, and that's an area we have to improve. I think I referenced to my press conference today. I was asked about perimeter blocking, and it was we have a standard here of what that should look like and what it has been, and it was definitely below that standard. And we have to go get better when we get the ball in space. We got to make big things happen, and there were big play opportunities, for us. But once again, that's one of those things you look back at, and it's just how close it can be for being that spark and for the things that are necessary. But I know our guys will take the positive steps and go get better.
Time now for our keys to success, brought to you by Scott & Wallace, the official law firm of Florida State Athletics. Scott & Wallace with offices in Tallahassee. All right, let's talk about this week. Your offense continuing to take steps forward. And again, I know this group, they put the work in. They've shown you great stuff in practice, and you want them to keep moving that towards game time on Saturday night.
It's about the application, and we got to own the ball. We have to win the turnover margin, and we talked about that last week. We turned the ball over 3 times, only got the 1 coming back. When you look at third down situations, we're in too many third and long situations, and some of that's from negative plays, from things that are putting us behind the chains, and so we're not doing as good of a job of what it takes to be successful. There on third downs, we got to continue to improve on that. There defensively, that was something that coming out. There were still some missed opportunities to be able to get off the field, and then obviously the explosive play. We got to see that show up. When it does, good things happen, and so that's going to be something we're going to continue to emphasize. And like I said, it's coaches, players, everybody involved going to put ourselves in the best position to go be our best come Saturday night. And we're playing a talented Cal team. They're undefeated. They went on the road, an SEC opponent a couple weeks ago, and were able to get a victory. And so we know, what they, the type of team that they are and what they're bringing here to Tallahassee in their first ACC game. But we're excited for the challenge, and I can tell you our guys are looking forward to going to work this week and doing all that we can to come out with a victory.
One more segment coming up with Florida State head man Mike Norvell, live from Bowdoin's in College Town. We also will have our Bowdoin's historical matchup that we'll take a look back upon, which is a fun portion of our show as well. That and more on the way when we return. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
your home. It's the one place that no matter how busy life gets, your friends and family can always find you. It's where they can show you they care, they want to celebrate with you, or they just have your back. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning are always available to make sure your home and all the people who love to share it with you are comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, we will always be there for you.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sights, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
Great to be here at Bowden's in College Town. Again, another packed house of our great Seminole fans here tonight, talking all things Florida State football with the head coach Mike Norvell. My name is Jeff Culhane. How about we take a look back? We have enjoyed doing this, taking a look back at a game from the past, an historical matchup. It's presented by Bowden's, our Knowles matchup flashback. And on this date, 24 years ago today, back on September the 16th of the year 2000. You're seeing some of the highlights on the TVs here and on your stream as well. Bobby Bowden's Florida State Seminoles put a beat down on North Carolina, winning by the final of 63-14 in that game early in the year. 10 different players scored in the game. Florida State great Snoop Menace caught 2 touchdown passes from Chris Wanke as Wanke threw for 4 TDs, and the late Marcus Outson Rooster threw for another. The 63 points scored against North Carolina's defense was the most allowed by the Tar Heels since 1912. And so on this date, 24 years ago, Bobby Bowden and company beat up the Tar Heels 63-14. Bowden's, of course, the home of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. We're here every Monday night during the season, live in College Town from 7 to 8 p.m. All right, Coach, Cal coming in. They're a new member of the conference. They've gotten off, as you've talked about, to a tremendous start. They're 3-0, a win on the road, and a group I know as you watch the film, they've got your attention, they've got your respect in a big-time way. No,
they've done a great job, and, you seeing the way that they're playing, you were early in the year, you're playing with a lot of confidence. They're guys, they play fast, defensively, definitely an attack-style defense. They've got great size, length, some really, really impressive players. So, we got a great challenge ahead. And then, offensively, they bring a lot of balance. They can run the football, they can throw the ball, down the field. Quarterback, definitely has a lot of experience and is multiple in the things that he can do and how they attack. And then, very sound and explosive in special teams. And that's going to be, we talk about those keys to the game. Mm-hmm. That's going to be another element that has to show up big for us. Something we spend a lot of time and investment on, and that's. Our guys need to embrace that challenge because we got one ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And a defense, you mentioned their defense, 9 interceptions in that secondary right now. That leads all of college football, so that's an opportunistic group. You talk about turnover margin. big, certainly, in every game. Be big again Saturday night.
No, this is one that's it's going to show up, and I think a lot of that has stemmed from the pressure that they've been able to create, getting to opposing quarterbacks. But 9 interceptions in 3 games, and this is a team that is going to attack, and obviously we've got to be on point, and for us, just go to play our game, and be able to take all the training, take all the talents, the abilities that our guys have, and go put it on display. But I'm excited for the matchup and excited to see our guys respond.
Yep, Coach, thank you as always for the time. We appreciate you, and have a great week this week.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Look forward to seeing you Saturday night, and go Noles.
There you go, everybody. The comments of the head coach Mike Norvell, live from Bowdens in College Town, Inside Seminole Football here on Monday night. As our program brought to you in part by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. We'll take a break. Malik Benson will stop by. Had a great game on Saturday. We'll talk with him and more when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Around here, there's an undeniable spirit. It's like it's always been there. You just feel it. It energizes. It connects. It grows at every intersection in its path. And when met with our passion to win, well, it can be downright powerful. At Scott & Wallace, it's this spirit that fuels us. Scott & Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Dining room, picnic, tailgate, or conference room. Whichever table you gather around, we'll be sure there's plenty to go around. Bring them together with barbecue. Grab Sonny's to go, or let us cater your next shindig. Available for pickup, delivery, or set up and serve. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
And Inside Seminole Football is brought to you in part by Carver's Discount Cleaners. They are mean on stains and green on earth. Try new Eco Green dry cleaning at Carver's Discount Cleaners, 1215 North Monroe Street in Midtown here in Tallahassee. And time now for our Gear of the Week segment, brought to you by Garnet and Gold in celebration of Family Weekend here in Tallahassee. This week's item is a Garnet Women's Relax Crew fleece with the script Knowles across the chest, as you can see on your stream and here on the TVs and live in College Town. Ladies, what do you think? Yes? Thumbs up on the fleece? Yeah, I think we're getting thumbs up there from everybody in attendance. And Garnet and Gold has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Visit one of the 3 locations here in Tallahassee and pick up your new game day gear. Can we get a big round of applause for a big-time player, dynamic, and played great on Saturday, wide receiver Malik Benson, everybody, here with us. It is great to see you, sir.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we appreciate your time very, very much. And a tremendous performance by you. You went out, you made some big plays. That 67-yarder really got us going early in the third quarter. When you have a play like that, Give us what does that feel like overall when you know you just ripped the top off and you got a big play coming when the ball's in the air?
It's good to be able to bring a spark, and that's all you want. I'm glad Coach Norvell, he puts me and my teammates in position to be able to make the spark. So, yeah.
Yeah, it really was, and you definitely made a spark happen there. 5 passes, 5 receptions, 99 yards, both career highs, and tops for a Knoll here this season against Memphis. That 67-yarder, as we're watching it on the highlights here, that's the longest play this Florida State offense has been able to put together here early in the season. And I know this offense looking to continue to evolve, continue to take those next steps forward overall, Malik, right? But just kind of go into the work you guys are putting in and the relationship from wide receiver room to quarterback room, how you guys are continuing to come together and getting that rhythm on the offensive side of the ball.
As a receiver, the quarterback has to be, our best friend. So, just doing everything we need to do every single day, just by hanging out, watching extra film, catching more passes from them, just making that strong, bigger and better, just because on Saturdays, all we need.
Yeah. We'll talk about your journey to Tallahassee. You're a guy, Lansing, Kansas native. You were the top junior college recruit in all of college football just a couple of years ago. I know you played a season at Alabama, now here at Tallahassee. What are you enjoying the most about being here at Florida State, the community of Tallahassee overall, and just how excited you are to continue to represent the Garnet and Gold?
First I just want to say it's a blessing just being here. But, I'm just glad that everyone, in the community, teammates just welcomed me with open arms. It just made my transition smooth. Yeah. And, it's just, I like the campus. It's just easy and fun.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's been fun watching you go out and continue. You can see it, the comfort level each and every game continue to grow, and we're seeing that skill set that you have because you're, as we saw in the highlight, you're a guy that makes those big-time plays. You got that speed, you have that burst and that ability to provide that big play alert overall. The wide receiver room as a whole, how is that group with some different bodied wide receivers? Have you guys kind of settled into your roles and continued to find those areas overall, Malik, with what you guys want to do in the passing game?
I'll just say, the guys that have been here, for all of us transfers and even the incoming freshmen, they, welcomed us with open arms. And, they just said, if you ever need anything, we're here for each other. We got to be here for each other if we want to do what we say we want to do. But, one thing I do like about the receiver room that's different from a lot of other schools is, when you see me make a play, if you look at any receiver, they're just as hype as if it was them making the play. So when you're not selfish in that room, it goes a long way.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Absolutely. Well said. And every day you get to play against the defensive backs room that is one of the best overall in college football with the amount of talent, the depth. How do both sides challenge each other in practice? How do you learn from one another with some of the things that that side shows you and what you guys can provide to them as well every day in practice?
We're going against guys like AZ and Fintrell, 2 of the best corners, in all of college football. It just makes Saturdays easy. So, practice is obviously the hardest thing throughout the week. So when we're just going against, 2 great guys every single day and just being able to pick their brain and, they're learning things from me, I'm learning things from them. When we get out there on Saturday, it's just easy.
Yeah. All right, non-football question. What does Malik Benson, when there's no football involved, which I know is probably pretty rare right now, what does Malik Benson like to do to maybe unwind, have some fun away from football? What do you enjoy?
I like to spend time with my dog.
All right.
Play the game.
There you go. What kind of dog do you have?
I have a black lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
His name's Uno.
Uno.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Uno.
I like that. How long have you had Uno for? How old is he?
He's 6 months.
6 months. So puppy.
6 months. Puppy.
There you go. All right. Well, I mean, I'm sure that's been interesting at times with cleanup. Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah. There you go. That's great. Well, I'll tell you what, Malik. It's we were a part of a booster event together in Lakeland. I thought you did an unbelievable job down there connecting with the fans. You're doing a great job here at Florida State, and we really appreciate your time coming out and joining us on a Monday night. It means a lot. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
There you go. It's Malik Benson, ladies and gentlemen. He is a big play alert waiting to happen for this Florida State offense in 2024. When we return, we'll talk with FSU quarterbacks coach Tony Tokars. That's on the way, live from Ballots in College Town. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Strength, determination, passion.
When you need a fighter, when you need someone to have your back, when it's all on the line, we'll be right there. Scott and Wallace, the official law firm of the Florida State Seminoles.
Your extraordinary brain, a network of microscopic vessels so long they could circle the Earth 3 times. As your body's command center, it's the force behind your every thought, every memory, and every impulse. It's what makes you, you. And it's what drives us towards advanced technologies and cutting-edge treatments to create the most comprehensive neuroscience program in North Florida and South Georgia.
And Inside Seminole Football is brought to you in part by Grassroots Coffee. Florida State Athletics would like to thank Grassroots Coffee for their support of Florida State football. Grassroots Coffee is also the official coffee of the Battle's End, and every time you drink Battle's End Blend, you support FSU athletes. Order Battle's End Blend today at grassrootscoffee.com. Big shout out to Mark Lowe, who is in the house from Grassroots Coffee. There he is over there. We appreciate Mark and his support of Florida State Athletics. And hey, did you know that FSU Athletics is self-supported? It is not funded by tax dollars. Because of this, we rely on fans just like you to join Seminole Boosters so your teams have the best possible chance to achieve success on and off the field. Seminole Booster membership starts at $5 per month and comes with great membership benefits. Go online to SeminoleBoosters.com to learn more or join. That's SeminoleBoosters.com. Well, let's give it up. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Florida State quarterback coach Tony Tokars is here with us. Here tonight, Coach. We appreciate you coming out on a Monday night. You're getting ready for another big game, so thank you so much for your time overall. Let's talk about the start to this season, what you've seen, and just kind of go through your evaluation of your guys, DJ and Brock and Luke, Trevor, all those guys. Kind of walk me through with what you've seen so far.
Sure. Just the quarterback room in general. I mean, we got a fair share of younger guys in the room. DJ obviously brings a wealth of experience, being a fifth-year guy and everything. I mean, just through his preparation throughout the season and what we've seen from him so far. I mean, he's always one of the first guys in. He's one of the last guys to leave. Absolute film junkie. It's just, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to go out. We got to play football. You know, we got to block. We got to tackle. We got to catch. We got to make the right read and go out and execute. But DJ, I mean, he's done some really promising things and really looking to continue to gel together as an offense this season. Brock and Luke, for two young guys, just the competitiveness that they show on a day-to-day basis and really embody something that we talk about as a program, and that's daily improvement. You know, they're earlier on in their development in their career right now, being a redshirt freshman and a true freshman. Sure. But they're two individuals that are extremely driven, extremely competitive. And they want to work to be better each and every day. Yeah, and you know, I think when you're not having the success that you plan to have and you face adversity, I think it's, you know, the quarterback room, it gets probably too much love when things are going great and probably gets a little too much hate when things aren't going so great overall. From that standpoint of handling adversity and going out every day and coming back
and wanting to improve overall. How would you describe your guys' kind of your vision, your focus, and from DJ's standpoint, just how he continues to work and how he continues to want to take this thing to the next level overall?
Sure. I think it comes down to a word that you hear in our program a lot, and that's response. Okay, whether you're 13-0 or you're where we are right now, 0-3. The good, the bad, whatever it is, it's what do you do with the next opportunity? What's your approach to the next opportunity? And that's where the daily growth, the daily improvement comes into play. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to see a room of quarterbacks, a football team really that is going to be focused and driven. The attention to detail absolutely needs to be there. The fundamentals, okay, whether that's offense, defense, special teams, whatever that is, and then put it all together and be able to play complementary football in all three phases.
Yep, and with DJ, obviously, you want those steps forward, but something even Coach Norvell said today during his press conference, Brock and Luke, you guys want them to continue to have that edge, right? I mean, they want to, if it's next guy up, something happens. We've seen Brock step into that role very, very well with the Louisville game in the ACC championship a season ago. You want that mentality to be there, even with the guys that aren't between the white lines making it happen.
Absolutely. I think the quarterback room is unique in the sense of there's only one guy on the field each play.
Yes.
I mean, offensive line, you get guys that rotate through. The skill position guys, those guys rotate through. But at the end of the day, there's one guy on the field. So I think it's the quarterback room, it's always been a collective workforce together, right? Everybody's working to not just help the starter prepare for the game, but push them by being the best version of themselves. Because at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
So I think it's that same drive to want to be the best that we can be as a room collectively. But then from the individual focus, it's how can Brock get better today to push DJ, to push Luke? How can Luke get better today to push DJ, to push Luke? How can DJ continue to improve?
Yeah.
And so it's that individual focus that ultimately comes together as a collective workforce to elevate the room.
Florida State quarterbacks coach Tony Tokar is here with us live from Bowdens in College Town. One more timeout. We'll get his thoughts on this Cal defense and the relationship the quarterbacks and wide receivers have built here early in the season. That and more when we return. Stay with us live from Bowdens in College Town.
Florida, home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
And Bowden's a proud partner of Florida State Athletics and host location of Inside Seminole Football with Mike Norvell. We're here every Monday night during this football season, live in College Town from 7 to 8 p.m. And I can't think of a better place, can you, to have our coaches show for Florida State football than at Bowden's. Big thanks to John McCann, his entire team here at Bowden's in College Town, for making this thing come to fruition, and looking forward to doing this for many years to come. Back with Florida State quarterbacks coach Tony Tokars. Coach, developing the rhythm in the passing game with our wide receiver room, trying to bring some new pieces together overall. How's that come along, and what are the things you're enjoying? What are you liking out of those groups continuing to get on the same page?
Sure. I mean, I think as you go through practice and game plan prep, we're still figuring out ways to best utilize our personnel. I mean, with an influx of new guys, there's always a sense of trying to find what your guys do best. Like, yes, you have summer, you have fall camp, but I mean, the reality of it is, I mean, I've been with Coach now, I think for 8 years or something, and every single season, as the season progresses, our offense finds their rhythm, they find their identity, and that's because each team is just a little bit different. I think we got a good mix of guys that are ball in hand, get them the ball on the edge quick and go make something happen. But we also got some guys, one guy that was just sitting up here that can run by them too. And we saw a little bit of that this past weekend. But just continuing to, like I said before, the detail and the focus of just the finer points of it, the rhythm and the timing in the pass game are absolutely critical. And then just having everybody on the same page.
Yeah. Saturday night, this is a Cal team coming in that has got off to a great start. They're 3-0. And their defense is probably better than they're getting credit for, being way out west. 9 interceptions, Coach, through 3 games, leads all of college football. That's obvious. That's a number that catches your eye in the passing game, I would imagine.
Absolutely. They do a great job. They run around. They play with great passion and intensity. I mean, those guys run around like their hair's on fire. Yeah. So it'll definitely be a fun matchup for us, and I know our guys will be up to the task. 2
great linebackers. We were talking about during the break, Buchanan and Ualave. Those are 2 guys that jump off at the page at you on film. I mean, those guys are covering people. They're getting to the quarterback. They're filling the run. I mean, those are 2 tremendous young players for them.
Absolutely. I think those 2 guys really set the tone for their defense. Like I said, they fly around, they play like their hair's on fire, and I mean, it'll be a fun challenge.
Absolutely. All right, give me your thoughts. About 30 seconds left. Getting ready and getting back to work tomorrow. What's your focus with this group overall?
Detail, intensity, and fundamentals.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Go out and execute and execute on a consistent basis at a high level.
Yeah. Coach, it's always great seeing you. We appreciate you. Thanks so much for your time, and have a great week.
Absolutely. You too. Go
there
Noles.
You go. It's Tony Tokars, ladies and gentlemen, Florida State's quarterbacks coach, joining us here on the program. That's going to do it for us. I can't thank you enough. What a great crowd we had here tonight here at Bowden's in College Town. Big thanks to our cheer squad being here, getting us fired up, and our entire crew here at Seminole Productions, and for our engineer, Chris Culp, as well. My name is Jeff Culhane. Have a great night, everybody. Go Noles. We'll see you at Doak Campbell Stadium on Saturday night.